is the truth, and I'm in, yeah, I fight. Forever breathe.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. I'm Mike Sorgat, Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is episode 837. Tuesdays we've been talking about professionalized wrestling, and we got a fun one lined up for you. Happy election night? I don't know, maybe happy election night. I guess we'll see. It depends on how the night's going. And we record this about when people are finding out how the night goes, but probably not in PA, because we got a lot of mail-in ballots. Got mine in. But anyways, we have with us, first of all, the most electable person of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. He is Mad Mike.
I don't know if that's true.
Sure. I mean, I think in your district.
Oh, no, definitely not my district.
Okay. Okay.
A little bit too north in New York City for me to be electable.
Oh, I got you. Oh, no. Yeah, no. I'm familiar with upstate. Yes.
Although this is actually a point of pride for me. There's a major road in Poughkeepsie, and the past couple of weeks there have been certain people with flags and signs and ticketing and all that. And every time I drive past, I just love to tell them they're number one.
Oh, good.
Just like when Hulk Hogan walked by and Bobby Heenan was there, you held up one finger.
Oh, you saw that clip this week too, huh? Referee George Ross, the junior referee at Victory Championship Wrestling.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. You're so like, I don't know. You're at the ready or something. I don't know what's going on with your posture right now.
I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. You have so much headroom. I just figured you were going to sit up there. I don't know what's... Okay. We'll figure it out.
I'm comfy here.
You're comfy?
Yeah.
You're not sinking into the couch? You're around?
If I'd sit back, I probably would sink back in the couch.
That's
probably why I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're happy to have you here. We have a big show to talk about this weekend. A free Victory Championship Wrestling show as they debut on Fite TV Friday night. I got a heck of a weekend going on with XPW in New Jersey on Saturday, last minute.
Including a run-in with the Soul Taker.
Oh, my God. I was so excited about it. We'll talk talk about that later. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So would it be weird if I wore my Soul Taker shirt to XPW? It's probably the only place I would feel okay doing that, because there's some stuff on there I will not wear in my neighborhood. So
What just says no souls matter, right?
yeah, it just feels like some people won't. That's that thing that you only understand if you're at the wrestling show. You know what I mean? Like you just can't be in regular population with that, because they're gonna take it however they're gonna take it. You know what I mean? Why put yourself in that position?
Like the one you found me in when I was about to take a drink of coffee.
Yes,
You stopped me
exactly.
from way to go, Sorg. Yeah.
Anyways, this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 837. And you can see if you're on a video version, hashtag WMS837 if you want to converse with us. If you're in the chat room, please, I would actually encourage you to please tweet a link out. Let people join you, and we can continue the conversation over on Twitter as well, as we put out clips through the week and anything like that to continue that conversation through the week, because we got the tent pole here on Tuesdays, but we watch wrestling every night, pretty much every night or every day, like it's our jobs in some cases. So I think all three of us have that kind of distinction a little bit at this point. But anyways, go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can hit us up at that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0. Tweet us at Mayhem Show. And, of course, check out the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and group. The group is where a lot of great conversations and stories are coming throughout the week. That is one place where a lot of the conversation does continue throughout the week. And you hear, of course, live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook Live, the Mayhem Show YouTube, Sorgatron Media Twitch, and the IndyWrestling.us Twitch and YouTube pages. However you would like to have, put us picture in picture with your election coverage this evening. But anyways, also please subscribe to us, of course, on your podcast places. And also a shout out to our friends supporting the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. You've been recently getting the After Talk show. Mad Mike, I don't know if you want me to talk to you about the Woman King movie I watched this week. That was very good.
Sure. I had a very unique cinema experience this weekend.
Ooh, so that'll be our After Talk segment this evening. And also, thank you to our Patreon supporters. First of all, at the Fan and Show level, Bo Diggity! Woo! I gotta say, no matter how I'm feeling during the week, and I don't know if I'm going to have energy for the show, I get to this point of the show and yell that name, and that sets my mood for the rest of the show. That gets the energy up no matter where I'm at. And if I can't pull that off, we're in for a tough ride. Also, Ed Burke and Team Hammerfist down in Florida, and our buddy Bobby F. J. Town in Floodtown, USA. Our friends at the Poppy Club level, Dave Podner, and our newest supporter, Aiden, just the biggest hustler and WWE GCW fan walking this island of Ireland, regularly dipping into places I can purchase wrestling things and memorabilia at Irish Wrestling Pod. I gotta do that every week. Okay. Aiden, if you have an abbreviated version, I would love it.
Wait.
I appreciate it, and I will read this in the meantime.
There's not a 140 character limit on what in the hell your handle is?
That was a tweet.
No, that was Twitter.
That was a tweet, because I'm like, well, how do you want us to announce this? And that's what he sent. So that's the one distinction. He's in the Poppy Club. He gets that distinction.
I mean, to be fair, I did cut off that last sentence.
Why don't you just give him like a Mr. Anderson type gimmick and let him do it? Let him film his own intro.
I don't have to play it every week and cue. Listen, if people want to introduce themselves and I got to cue it every week, we can do that.
We could do a compilation, it's like a one shot kill. Done.
Yeah. The way it would make it easier on me, and you can represent every week and just keep it like under 5 seconds. Anyways, Pizza Club over our friends Doc Remedy and The Riz at Riz Plays Games, and at the manager level, Bradley, Mother of Dragons, Tina Keys, and our friends at OccupyProWrestling.com have returned this month on the manager level. Thank you guys guys so much for supporting the show. Please continue to support at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show so you can get some special love letters from me, as well as the After Talk segment with Mad Mike and I. And we like poking this. Hey, there's some Christmas stuff coming up. You'll be getting some messages about whatever we decide to do. Actually, no, we usually do the prediction show and everything with the Patreons, don't we? We do a Patreon. We do at least do a Patreon episode. I can't remember if that's separate or not. I'll have to look at the archive. So, and there is going to be a special invite going out for the STD Christmas special.
Oh boy.
We are inviting the Patreon supporters, those that are here.
Oh boy.
Those that are there, that are able to, obviously. I know I don't expect Aiden from Ireland to get a plane ticket in December.
Tina, however, is totally expected to get on a plane from Seattle.
Yeah, perhaps.
There's no perhaps about it. Tina, you need to get your plane
Listen,
ticket right
Alaska
now.
Airlines, like, if I can run a New Japan pay-per-view from there, you can take a ride. It's pretty nice. Anyways, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show if you want to participate in that and be included. And if you want to join the Mayhem live for the thing.
For the STD Christmas
special.
special.
Christmas special, yes. So, hashtag WMS 837, and well, first thing we need to get into, and George, I know you're not watching the most recent, so please feel free to interject any questions on things about this weekend. But Crown Jewel did happen. We had a good group here. We had our friend Eamon. I think Bradley was here. Rob was here. We had a good crew, a nice Saturday afternoon with the friends, watching some pro wrestling and a very, very good show. And, it was a really good show. Honestly, I think it was the best Saudi show that I think we've had. It didn't have the oddities of let's dust this guy off and pull him out of retirement kind of situation. It didn't feel like, and that's nice, Mike, because I know you said this before. These always just felt like the grandest house show ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. I will say that. All right, and I've said this to a couple of my friends over the weekend. And I'm gonna say it on here, and it's gonna live forever on the internet. I say without hyperbole that Logan Paul, of all people, may have pulled off one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen in wrestling.
That's what all the memes say, so it must be true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, but the slow motion video of him diving off the top turnbuckle, landing perfectly on Roman through the announce table while keeping the video going, and with the knowledge that he had a completely destroyed knee in the process of that. That's damn impressive. And I still do not like Logan Paul as a person, but I can respect the hell out of that spot. It's impressive as hell. And it looked amazing. If you pause the shot right before he's about to land on Roman, that's as close as you're going to get to VR wrestling.
In that entire match, and granted, I always say he had a great dance partner in Roman, of course, but still, you can't discount his execution. You couldn't tell me that was the person's third match. That you couldn't tell me that this guy wasn't a regular wrestler, on that level, and pulled off a match on that level. I'm sure there's things that somebody who is a trained wrestler is going to be able to nitpick and say, yeah, this was a little weird and this was weird. But man, I mean, as a viewer, as somebody not, in there like that, I didn't see any. I saw very little flaws in this. And how that match was executed on Logan's part. That was, for whatever you think of the guy, he could execute a damn good match, and he had so many. His brother was involved. I didn't see many misses, Mike.
I mean, so I read an interview with Shawn Michaels, and because he was one of the ones who helped train Logan Paul for this match. And it sounds like what they're doing a lot with these celebrity matches, I'm sure they did with Bad Bunny as well, is that they're essentially doing a stage combat training, where they're training them specifically for this fight scene, for this particular match. And then, from what Sean said, once they get that down, then they go into some of the more basic stuff if they want to proceed in that. Instead of, he called it kind of reverse training.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously you learn how to take the bumps and everything first, but then you basically learn, memorize, and get all of the spots in the match.
And that makes sense. I mean, that absolutely makes sense.
It's literally exactly what actors who do their own stunts do.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same thing, except you have to do it one take, which is a lot more challenging.
And you do wonder, because again, Roman is somebody who is not on, like, he's on a more suppressed schedule right now, right? Yeah. I'm wondering if some of that time that he's not on TV is, you know, he is every so often like going through the process and, you know, doing rehearsals, doing the thing, you know, because I can't imagine the guy is just like doing it on his own with, like, you know, a trainer and going through the motions. And, like, you know, I feel like, you know, probably both need to be have intimate knowledge of how this works. Like, you know, Roman's done nothing but promos for the last like couple, like maybe once a week for the last, like, since SummerSlam. No matches.
I feel like he's had a match.
Maybe.
But
not on TV.
Well, I mean, he's also been doing house shows.
He has. Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
He has been doing house shows.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't think he was in that loop anymore. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's doing house shows.
Okay.
Let me double check the old cage match.
The old cage match. Too bad there isn't some kind of archive at WWE we could look this up.
Oh, no, he's doing house shows. Wow, in Vancouver, he had a match with AJ Styles.
Ooh.
Oh, gee. These house show kids. in Ottawa, Roman beat Drew and Sheamus in a triple threat.
Oh, jeez.
What the fuck? Why aren't we getting that?
Seriously.
Jesus,
wow.
I'd rather have that.
Wow. Okay. Well, that changes.
Watch now. That's going to be what we're going to get in about 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the dry runs,
well, no,
guys.
that was before Clash.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he hasn't had many house shows.
Mm-hmm.
But he has had some.
Yeah, he had a match at Clash. That's right.
No, yeah, he had a match.
Okay.
He had a match at Clash. So basically, it was Logan Paul, AJ Styles, Drew at Clash, Drew and Sheamus at a house show, and then SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So he's had 4 matches in SummerSlam.
That's not bad. Yeah. So not a lot, but still, you know.
He's probably also there just cutting promos.
And those are also like you know, I'm sure those are big market shows to do. You know, Canada tour's big. You know, so I think that's important too. So, but anyways, sorry, I'm looking at election results and I'm like, I can't tell the percentage that's in. So, we're going to be slightly distracted tonight. I'm sorry. Sorry, we're in a competitive state right now. Mike, I think you're pretty much hemmed up there from what I've seen.
Well, one of the races isn't competitive.
Okay, we're not getting into that, but but no, generally. So other than Logan Paul thing, I think he is welcome back whenever. I'm sure he will not come back for more than like 3 or 4 times a year at that rate. But man,
with his injury, he's going to be out over.
Oh, there's that too. He's not going to be.
He's going to be out a while.
Yeah. MCL.
9 months.
Is it 9 months?
No, MCL, ACL, and meniscus.
I'm telling you, it's going to be 9 months.
Mm-hmm. He does have access to the best doctors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, that may be helpful. And the dude is like an athletic freak. And also, I'm glad that they did explain.
It's a knee. It's not the 90s. They know what they're doing with these things now.
He can build him a new one. And I'm glad that they did very well explain about how he was an amateur wrestler. So they're like, I had no awareness of an athletic background for this guy, you know. And you know, and we talk about Pat McAfee, fantastic. Pat McAfee, not this crisp. Definitely not this crisp when he's out.
Well, Pat McAfee also isn't being trained in the Performance Center.
No.
He's doing a lot of his training, like
he's doing
on
the
his
home
own
ring,
time.
and I'm sure that he was probably, you know, when he was running with them, doing the commentary. I'm sure he's doing, you know, drills and stuff, you know, before TV. You know, if he has a chance, I would imagine. I would hope. I think that would be an opportunity.
I don't think he would be. He's got a lot on commentary to be concerned about.
That is true. I don't know, man. I don't know how much Pat needed to prepare for that role.
Oh, I think he does more research than you think.
Okay. Good to
I
know.
think he
Good to know.
does. I legit think he does because like to come off the cuff, you have to know exactly what the
You
fuck
gotta
you're
know
doing.
what the hell's going on. Yeah.
Pat worked Miz, right?
Yeah.
No, Adam
Austin.
Cole.
What?
He
He
yeah,
worked
Adam
Cole and Theory,
and then Austin Theory at Mania.
Okay, so
and then
And,
So this
and
is-
then technically Vince McMahon.
so then this is what happened then. So obviously Austin Theory being the more modern era of a worker, they probably laid everything out bit by bit, bang. Or no, actually, no. I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm gonna say that Austin Theory and them were probably what I call more on the fly than Roman and Logan were.
Okay.
Probably. Like I'll bet, like it's because from what Mike was saying, it sounds like they probably like Randy Savage this thing.
yeah.
You're talking about in the background. You're talking about the classic
Bullet point by bullet point.
Flair Steamboat bullet point. I'm going to run down this match with you, brother, and
every
you know,
near fall was scheduled.
yes,
and
yeah,
timed out.
yeah. Like it was a exhausting thing for that.
Because
Mania
if
match.
Mike's talking about like stage, like that's pretty much what like a stage, like what a fight scene would be. Like
I mean, isn't like aren't most good matches like pretty much in again? I have watched.
I don't think so. I think if you have two long-standing professionals, most of that's calling it in the ring. But like Ronda's first match, I guarantee that was spot for spot exactly laid out how it was supposed to.
And George, you're closer to this than me. I've watched wrestlers workout matches and things. I watched somebody a few weeks ago spend like 2 hours going over a match in the ring.
Precisely, yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. So
I've seen shows have their intermissions extended by 45 minutes
because they're still working out matches.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially when the Booker's match is the one right after intermission, because you know they gotta get that one right.
Oh man, I think I can guess what promotion that is. But so I mean, and it is like, I mean, it kind of depends on the performers, right? And you know, I can see them saying, yeah, just do a thing in the ring, but like for something like at a Crown Jewel Clash or SummerSlam, like I think there's probably a little more to it. So, but I don't know. Where is Pat comfortable? You know, how well is Austin in his young career to be able to pull off something like that? And plus, they have an agent on top of things to kind of go through things with them. So I don't know. I really don't think on WWE TV too many people are going out there on the seat of their pants on a match at this point. You know, I mean, I'm sure that generally, but I mean, you got high points. You know. Okay, we'll do this, and we'll do some stuff, and we'll get to this part, and this will be your, you know, I don't want to get into terms, but, you know, like that kind of thing. So, but anyways, rest of the show. Good night for women's wrestling. That last women's standing match was fantastic. Like that, Mike, that.
By the way,
yes.
that show also had 2 women's matches.
That had 2 women's matches, yes. And 2 very decent
If we can do 2 women's matches in Saudi Arabia, Tony Khan can have 2 women's matches on Dynamite.
Oh boy.
He can.
All right. And again,
Sorry.
And then we know. Okay.
Still gotta bang that drum until it
gotta
changes.
bang that drum. I got you.
Hell, Ronnie expects it from me at this point.
Yeah, I know. This is why you're muted on Twitter.
That's fine.
I'm just tired.
Hey, if that's the only reason, I'm okay
just
with
tired of seeing you being an ass to Tony Khan on Twitter. I'm just so tired.
And I'm
seeing
tired
it.
of Tony Khan acting like an ass.
Me too. You know, he's not in my list either. Well, he is, but I'm more like the Tony Khan on cocaine account than the Tony Khan account. And hell of a view. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There, we back on the stream. Okay, something happened. Oh, we had a little bit of a pause there. Yeah, no, just like all the Elon Musk over the weekend. I was like, oh man, you can't really tell the real from the parody because it's really very alike. But
Are you gonna pay your $8 for your blue check?
I pay my
mark,
$3,
Sorg?
so I'm not fuck your blue check. Listen to the Awesome Cast last week. I had some very
I'm
poignant
just going to
thoughts
put
on
a
that.
check in my username.
Chachi verified, Berg verified. We're all bringing it back. Okay. Pick Girl said that she's going to start one called Yinzer. I told her to take out all the vowels.
All right, I'll join that.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Yinzer, and I'll join that.
Yeah, it's not a tweet.
Oh
button.
yeah, she said she was going to. If you wanted to talk to someone, you'd have to enact them.
Yeah. Yes. Like not a tweet button and that one. You know. So I think that's good. Is there good news going on out there?
In Kentucky, of all places.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is it?
Wow. Wait, what?
Yeah. Is it good news to be a woman? Well, probably not. Well,
Well, I'm not a woman. So.
Yeah, we'd probably have to ask a woman.
Well, yeah. Like that's kind of the issue. Is like I shouldn't be answering on whether it is good to be a woman.
And moving on.
Yes.
No, so speaking of women, good women's matches. They had the choice to have a good women's match in Saudi Arabia.
They had two.
Two of them.
They
Two
had
of them.
two good
Yes.
women's matches.
They were. Jeez.
The tag match was good.
The tag match was very good.
The tag match was good.
I love.
I like the tag match a whole lot.
I love the ending to the last women's standing match that I'm going to see on the Indies next week. I'm sure. When she trapped her in the ladder, closed the ladder on her, and then wedged the ladder, the end of the ladder. Whoa, the end of the ladder
was-
like, underneath the turnbuckle. I'm like, that's great. That's
It's
fantastic.
fun.
I'm gonna watch every indie person do that like in the next few months. You know what I'm talking about, George, right? You're just like, when somebody does that cool thing at WrestleMania and you know you're gonna see it every weekend done very terribly.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, I forget what ladder match it was, but when someone climbed it and the bottom rung of the ladder was on that person's throat. I forget which ladder match that was, but that one was
Did they
very
do
well
that
done,
with
too.
like Big Show or something, or like
Well,
usually?
they do that with stronger guys, and then the stronger guy will power out of it. But
Well,
it was done for a finish.
The running gag with Big Show would always be that he was too big for the regular ladder, so we'd always pull out the jumbo ladder that they had underneath for him.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Oh man, I do wish that WWE, or probably more likely AEW, would steal an idea from Circle 6 and do the painted ladder, like the dedicated ladder thing.
Oh yeah,
Like, that's a good
What
concept.
they had, so correct me if I'm wrong. They had what? Each competitor in the match had a distinctly colored ladder, and they had to use their ladder to climb and get the belt.
Yeah,
correct?
to the point where like if your ladder broke, you could no longer climb to get the belt. Like
So
that
then,
kind
what
of
would
thing.
happen in that case?
Like you have 4 competitors in this kind of match, so like it's like if one guy's ladder breaks, like he's kind of shit out of luck and he can just play spoiler at that point, or he needs to construct some very interesting way to have his broken ladder help him.
Well, was the setup in a way where he could Ultimate X that bitch, or what?
maybe not in this. Not in this case in an indie venue, but they actually didn't. They suggested the idea of the broken ladder, but there was no. It wasn't in play in the match.
Well, you should still have a spare ladder. In all fairness, because let's be honest here. Sometimes, sometimes some of these.
Sometimes the ladder legit breaks as
Yeah.
you're doing the match. I get that.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you've done your share of hardcore ladder matches.
You laugh. I've never really had any
Really?
crazy embarrassing ladder spot go crazy like some of the ones we've seen at other places around here that shall remain nameless that made ridiculous.
Oh, when they almost kill a fan in the just like NXT. So it happens.
Yeah.
Listen, Williams, get that front row seat. You're really close to the action, and sometimes you're a little too close to the action.
Yeah,
sometimes the action comes
like
to
when
you,
when you
and-
get cut on a light tube in the front row at Horror Slam.
No.
Happened twice in one
geez.
show. A few
Dude, when they
months
hit
ago.
the glass on the post and the glass flew across the ring into the front row on the other side, that's when I'm just like, nope.
Well,
Nope,
Sorg,
not again.
Sorg, you were smart. You sat at a table in the back.
Yeah, we were definitely not getting ringside. We're just like, no, give us a table. No, we're doing this, kind of situation. So, anyways, and still had like wrestlers like on our table. I love this shit. I love this shit. Anyways, no, that was good. We had our cage match. Cage match was cagey. What else happened on that show, Mike?
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Big meaty men slapping me and then being shitty on Twitter.
That was I don't care. That was a hell of a match.
It was. It was.
Like, and
It was fun.
and psychologically, it made all the sense in the world, which is what made it.
Dude.
That's what was perfect about it.
And this is the thing I was saying while we're watching the show. Almost can go.
And now that like both.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not to toot, but remember earlier this year when I was on your show and I said that Omos was going to be a star and he was a spectacle.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can go look it up. It's there.
Okay. Yes, it's on the internet somewhere.
It's something stupid. Yeah, I don't know why I said it, but nah, I'm right. Ha.
Dude, him shit talking during the match was fantastic.
Wait a minute, I just Mike, because you had a chance to do this. George doing a victory lap is pretty great right now.
I mean, that was more like a victory sprint.
No.
Listen, this is what he gets. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway.
No, I mean he's right. I don't think any. I wouldn't have disagreed.
I mean,
with
I'd argue that Strowman's had this is like the latest one because he had a good one with Otis like about a month ago too. I thought that was a really good
Dude,
one.
he's good. He's really put himself together, in his off
Even
time
though
and
he tripped in
everything.
his debut and everybody's
Yeah,
like,
there's
ha,
that,
ha, ha.
there's that.
I mean,
It
like,
just-
I don't remember. I didn't remember.
I
No one's
just-
remembering that now, right?
And the Twitter thing just tells me that I think Braun gets if anything's gonna screw Braun up, it's gonna be Braun. That's where I'm at with that.
We can talk off camera.
Okay.
Just
okay.
about a general vibe, not
Okay,
about anybody
okay,
in particular.
okay.
Just about like
Okay. All right. But anyways, so
but like I did appreciate how Omos was able to like shit talk during the match without MVP being there. Like that's a good thing overall for his character,
Yes.
especially if the rumors of the Hurt Business being brought back together come up.
Cedric Alexander made a look.
So did Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if you do the Hurt Business again with Omos in tow, why the hell not?
Holy shit,
Why-
that'd be great.
Why wouldn't you do that? Like you, and I know there's not enough builds for it because it hasn't happened yet. But could you imagine that War Games Hurt Business versus Bloodline? Sure, sign me the fuck up.
Completely in. Hey, they could have come out left field and do a nice one, but man, I guess they got like 3 weeks to do this.
Oh well, I mean, I think after SmackDown airs, we're going to have an entire clear picture of what the men's War Games match.
Yeah, at least the primaries on it, right?
I'm assuming, this is an assumption of mine, I have no basis for this. Bloodline versus New Day and Brawling Brute sounds like a banger to me. Sounds like a way to go.
I mean, if it's anything like the Donnybrook match, I mean, hell, I love that match.
I mean, or hell, let's do New Day and Imperium.
Well, also, I don't know if you noticed. Well, you're the detail man. I'm sure you noticed this, but you saw the women's match. We declared Damage Control against Bianca and Buddies. Can we go Bianca Buddies? That's what we're gonna call them. They're the Bianca Buddies. I don't know. It feels like a Survivor Series team name, right? So,
Yeah.
From
Bianca's,
1988.
Bianca's Buddies versus Damage Control and other.
Yeah, and yes. And the Damaged.
Damage Control et al.
I keep forgetting, Mike. I think I still need to tell you this story. It reminded me. But anyways,
there's 2 spots missing on that Bianca team, Sorg.
there is. That's what it said. So this is 5-on-5. I would say presumably the men's would be the same way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In the promos, they've said teams of 5.
Okay. So we know we're getting the men's and women's War Games match. Okay. I hope this doesn't become a yearly thing. Well, no, I kind of do wish it becomes a yearly thing.
If we just do one War Games match and
That's
it's
true.
more story based,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it becoming a yearly thing.
Like, it would be a great thing for Survivor Series to become.
Because you can still have Survivor Series matches
Mm-hmm.
on the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think we're going to get that with the OC and Judgment Day.
I see it. Okay. All right. I can see
Because
that.
I think Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley are going to be in that match.
So you think
think
it's going to
I
be an
think
intergender or mixed tag at least rules kind of situation? So what
Potentially
happens
mixed
when
tag rules, hopefully intergender rules, because Rhea Ripley has been beating the shit out of everyone on the OC.
That is true. That is true.
They've done such a good job of building
Yeah.
the fact that the fact that she slammed Gallows is just that's awesome.
Mia Yim didn't have the Mia Yim name in NXT, correct? I know she didn't in
No, she did.
Retribution. She did.
Yeah.
In NXT, she did.
She was in the Mae Young Classic as Mia Yim.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, I know Retribution. She got a different name, but
Reckoning.
Reckoning, yes. But no, glad to see she's back with that. So wow, that's those are some hits to the Impact Women's Division. Yeah, because they were doing.
Well, her contract had lapsed.
Okay.
I think.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like
She must have only been on like a 6-month deal then or so, right?
I think
Impact
so.
generally just has short runs. It feels like you got your people that have been there forever, like your Johnny Swingers and Josh Alexanders and like Heath and Rhino and stuff like that. But like. And I was thinking about this, like, obviously some people are coming and going with like other deals and they had short terms, but then they'll have like long-term stuff with some of the younger stars and then it gets weird. We've been hearing stories about that from like, potentially with this Lady Frost situation. And I don't know what the latest is on that. But it's really weird, because now I'm looking at Impact and I'm like, I don't know. It's, the Bully Ray stuff kind of turns me off from watching it right now, because it's like I'm just not up for that. I'm not excited about, and I love the Dudleys, but I'm not excited for a Bully Ray Josh Alexander match, for the title.
I'm not excited about Bully Ray anything in 2022.
I didn't. No, it just.
Well, how long has Alexander held the strap now?
About
It's
not
been a while.
since earlier this year.
It's been a while. He had at least in
The
April.
first,
when I
if
saw-
not,
when I saw their show.
yeah, the first, if not second, pay-per-view of the year.
Did he not defend it against Jonah at the show we were at in Dallas or? in Multiverse?
Maybe.
So that would mean he had it at least
So
since March 31st, right?
yeah.
So
Like,
arguably at that point, like, when you have a title, heavyweight, like look at Roman, he's had the belt for freaking 2 years.
Yeah,
he
might
like to pair him with a freaking YouTube guy.
He might have
After
got
a while, like
He might have got it hard to kill in January, potentially. So that seems like
this is his second reign, right? This is his first one.
yeah,
It's
well,
his second reign.
second
yeah.
reign. First
Yeah,
one
so
was
I mean,
first one was only a few minutes because there was a cash in.
So in theory, it's in theory here, it sounds like Alexander's like like at the point in his reign where he's about to become bigger than the belt, right? Because after a while, they probably bring Bully Ray in because he's actually probably one of the people who could probably be a credible threat to Alexander. I mean, because what
Alexander
ran
won
through
it in April.
Yeah, and he ran through
April, okay.
I know, the tapings I was at in July, that was when they had built to the match at Emerges with Shelley. So it's been going for Shelley's an older matchup as well. So
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So, anyways, hey, you know what else makes sense? Going over to IndyWrestling.us. A lot of titles over there. VOD, streaming, DVD. My God, we had a massive order of DVDs coming the other day. So I'm glad people are still rocking some of those. We got some great best ofs going over there. Somebody's digging into. And of course, we have hours, hundreds of hours, over 400, probably over 500 hours of stuff over at Indie Wrestling Network. And of course, all the latest shows from our friends at Rise Wrestling, Prospect Pro Wrestling, RWA, and Victory Championship Wrestling over on our YouTube pages for the ringside members over there. That's only $4.99 a month, $5.99 for all the great content and special stuff over at the network, and so much more. Spotlight Slam, our weekly feature, is now officially, I think they're starting this week. That will be debuting, I believe, at 9 p.m. on Fite Fite gets it first if you want to go watch that, and then it debuts later on our YouTube channel. That is this week featuring Lady Frost, the Rev Ron Hunt, our friend Christian Noir, as well as the defending his Anarchy Championship, Peyton Graham, representing all of our promotions, all of our friends over there on the network. So go check that out again. And already we're seeing Riz. Riz has a fan that took a screen cap of the Riz on Fite and sent it over to
Riz
him.
was on Fite? When
Yeah,
was Riz
because we
on
run a
Fite?
Mayhem show commercial on the Spotlight shows. So, and this is not the first time. We ran the same commercial over on Warrior Wrestling when they've been on Fite, and presumably when we come up here on Pro Wrestling TV. The Riz gets around. I told you the Riz is a superstar, and the people know the Riz. To the point where, and I have not investigated this fully, but apparently Riz is a term on TikTok. I need to close the loop on that one.
Hopefully it
unnerving.
doesn't mean anything like the other word.
Which other? Okay, we'll talk about that off air. But anyways, go check it out. You can get Riz too at IndyWrestling.us.
you may come back to regret that once we find out what it means.
Yeah, probably. Riz.
And I rizzed in my pants. What?
Something like that, right? Anyways, so a lot of stuff happening in indie wrestling. And actually, George, you're involved in something that this weekend. This is, and I will say I'm involved too. We are going to be, I mentioned, and we've been talking about what's been going on with the Spotlight Slam show that we've been doing for IndyWrestling.us. But there's also a debut going on this weekend for Vicious. God, why am I saying Vicious?
Sid
Jeez.
Vicious is
Sid
not in the
Vicious.
studio,
No, I'm
Sorg.
thinking
Sorg, it's softball season.
I've been working with this
Not available.
promotion since like the beginning of the year, and only tonight have I confused Victory Championship Wrestling with Vicious Outcast Wrestling in my head for some reason out of nowhere.
What they all say, Sorg.
Hey, at least it's not the AIW AEW problem like before. But anyways, VCW will be having a free stream Friday this weekend over on Fite, or it's going to be a 5 Day Friday if you're joining us in person. So if you are a VCW fan, definitely come down and be a part of that and show out for the live stream on Fite. This is, of course, leading to they're going to do a pay-per-view in December.
For the record, the 5 Day Friday gimmick means that all tickets are only $5.
And I believe discount for veterans, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Either way, $5.
Only expect $5 if you are
In the era of inflation and hot air blown by fake politicians, you can't argue with a good evening of fun for $5 a person.
I love the sell job over there. But anyways, yeah.
We've yet to sell, Sword. We haven't even gotten there yet.
Sell. But definitely, if you're on, please do us a favor. Go on your Fite app and definitely pull a little notification bell over there. So we can tell you when it starts. We're going to be doing that show at 8 o'clock on Friday, live from
Meccan, West Virginia.
Mecca High, West Virginia. So, and we broke. And I understand a friend of the show is going to be debuting on commentary. Let's put that out there.
Oh, okay.
And in their first gig north of the Mason-Dixon line. Let's put it that way. So
interesting.
No, our friend Eamon is slated to be doing commentary for us on that one. So he'll be debuting with that, and it'll be so there you go.
Okay.
So the former voice of Inspire Wrestling down in Texas is going to be joining us for this. So it's a very special occasion. There's a lot going on there. George, you've been with this promotion since day one back in April? No, February.
February 20th
yes,
was our very first
I flew
event.
in from Boston so I could make the first show.
I flew in from Boston.
Yeah.
Oh,
and made my wife drive the equipment home. Because I'm like, I got shit to do.
And then presumably you slept at least a week on the couch, and you probably
I was so sick.
Yeah,
I was so sick filming that show, dude. It was bad. It was really bad. But no, we got a lot going on there.
So instead of Montezuma's revenge, is that Missy's revenge?
Something like that. That's what happens when you go a week traveling 4 or 5 different states across country. So, in still very sketchy COVID times, like earlier this year, it was still kind of hit and miss, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it really was, but it was not COVID. It was not COVID. It was just like you moved for an entire week straight. Stop. My body said stop. Anyways, so Andrew Palace, Patrick Hayes is going to be. These are qualifiers for the heavyweight championship coming up this weekend. They got a big 6-man tag that is going to be Mount Kilpis and the Beastman against Mad Dog Myers. You may know him formerly as Zach Hunter. That's been on this show. And Saturday Night Special, the Possum Killers themselves.
Yeah, quite a colorful history here. There's an ongoing dispute between Mad Dog Myers and Beastman. There's actually a little bit of a deeper level of personal history here that people may not know about that I won't go into. However,
are you gonna allude? We have a personal history. They have some beef. Did somebody leave them with the check at Outback or something?
One may have found the other. I don't know.
We'll see. So yeah.
Okay. So Mad Dog Myers had been having a series of big man challenges, in which he had obtained victories over such competitors as Brohemoth, among and competing against others like Sean Resnick. Unfortunately, as well as Billy Knox. However, unfortunately for Mad Dog Myers, Beastman has taken an interest, saying that he's tired of Mad Dog Myers saying he's the biggest, baddest dog in VCW, and now it seems like Beastman actually got himself involved and caused right here. Mad Dog Myers ended up losing the latest iteration of his big man challenge because of the interference of Beastman, allowing Sean Resnick to roll him up. So no telling how this, what's going to happen when these two finally lock horns here. Not to mention the ongoing dispute between Mount Kilpis and Saturday Night Special, which honestly, that feud has been going on throughout every darn city, every small New Deal era town in West Virginia that you can think of.
New Deal era town?
Considering that there is a town named Eleanor after Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yes. Recently, Saturday Night Special and Mount Kilpis, they've killed the possum. They've used nefarious means, using low blows to triumph over Mount Kilpis, and it just seems like they can't. They also attacked Polly. I believe it was them who attacked Polly Kilpis when he was supposed to be, the 4th member of Team Beastman in War Games. Correct?
I think so.
Yeah, so maybe at some point you gotta wonder if the Good Mountain Boys are finally going to triumph over those those strip club dwelling rapscallions.
By the way, I want to get respect to Jason Heat's sweet purple coat here on this shot. If you're with us on video,
and for the record, on the video, Polly Kilpis does not have shoes on.
Yeah, no, he does not.
No,
he's not.
But he does have overalls on.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we have that wardrobe pinned down. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, why do you need to wear anything else when it's overall?
I mean, it wasn't over his legs, though. That's the thing. It was.
I mean, it is the
Sunday.
Then
it's poorly named.
I mean, I think that is the Sunday best for going to Walmart in the area, right? So
that's fair.
Yes. Oh, Sorg, don't forget about some of the other action. We're also going to have, Matthew Taylor, Guiding Light, taking on No Shame Jimmy Shane, renewing their issues.
Mike, you're going to love this. He comes out he has a good cover of NSYNC, I think. Is that it?
Jimmy Shane, Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to say it's Backstreet Boys.
So, he's it's got a theme to him.
Yes. Also, one of the currently one half of the War Tag Team Champions with Will the Thrill is Jimmy Shane.
Will the Thrill? Wait, Will the Thrill's been
Columbus.
He's been at VCW, right? Is it?
I don't know if he's worked, but he might have come by.
Probably been around. Okay,
might have,
okay.
yeah.
I just remember there was a thrown together tag team that had a tag team name for never being together, and they still put a tag team name together. I was like, okay. Anyway, sorry.
Well, if you want a sleeper for match of the night, Sorg, right here, fresh off his victory over Izzy Lambert from Grave Encounters in the casket match, Remy LeVay is taking on everyone's favorite Cowpoke Paul.
Mm-hmm. Who and Cowpoke Paul, who is on an undefeated streak, I believe.
Cowpoke Paul, I believe, is 4 or 5-0. He has never lost in VCW.
He is just, and he's coming off of a victory over the Progressive Liberal at the last show. Actually.
Yes, he survived the blue wave.
Yes, he did.
That attempted to envelop McMecken, but just fell short.
Yes, it is. There he is, kicking out there from the. This is. Mike, this was something else. But anyways, no. So it's always a fun show. Like seriously, we wouldn't be talking with Fite about doing the show if they weren't putting in solid shows this entire year. Madman Fulton's going to be on this show or next?
No,
he's not on this show.
No.
He's going to be on the next show.
Madman Fulton actually is one of the few who have qualified already for the VCW Championship Tournament, which will continue, which will happen in full on the December show.
We don't even get Zeke Mercer because Zeke says, I'm the champion somewhere else in West Virginia. I don't do free shows. That's the rumor that I hear going around.
That is the RSW Heavyweight Champion you're talking about.
That is the RSW Heavyweight Champion.
Well over a year now, by the way.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It was like a year in September, bro.
I think somebody needs to acknowledge Zeke Mercer.
I mean, Mad Dog Myers did try to steal his belt. That was I don't know how that went on Saturday.
I think he got it back. I think he got it back from him.
Okay.
He's been doing that. So so a lot of fun stuff happening here. If you want to check it out, again, this is a good sampling for VCW. See what's going down in West Virginia. Bradley will be there. So is that all you need to know, right? Is Bradley's going to be there? So, but no, there's some good stuff there. And also, our friends at RWA, are you going to be on that one?
Yes, I
will be.
Yes.
And there's actually matches announced on this
you
one.
Are
this
not,
is rare.
What's rare is I'm actually having a purely local weekend, Sorg.
Whoa!
I know.
I thought I was going to until about 24 hours ago.
Well, that sucks to be you, I guess. But
yes.
Yeah, so we're going to be dealing with RWA comes back on November 12th, this Saturday, 7 o'clock from the West Newton Gymnasium, at which we're going to be dealing with, I believe it's called Open Season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to be dealing with the aftermath of the self-proclaimed World Heavyweight Champion, J-Rock Daddy, and his vile attack on the recognized heavyweight champion, Rev Ron Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Rev Ron Hunt had defended the belt successfully against Jacob Edwin, and was brutally attacked at the top of the entrance ramp and suffered a pile driver onto not one but two steel chairs. And we had to stretcher him out of there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's been recovering. I know there's been some videos, some notices from him as
he's suffered a spinal concussion or something.
Spinal concussion?
Something in his neck. Something in his neck. Yeah, so like there will be an update on his condition on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, none of my little birdies have been able to get me any information that I might be able to share with you tonight. So
there you go. Of course, J-Rock will be defending, quote-unquote, his RWA championship.
Yes, J-Rock is holding an open challenge against a still-to-be-determined opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Given what he did to Rev Ron Hunt, and unfortunately, later on that evening, Stevie LaBelle suffered a pile driver. I was sure as heck wouldn't want to get in J-Rock Daddy's way, or he'd probably given up more than one time.
I got to call this one match out. Daniel Eads, friend of the show, Dragon Ball friend of Mad Mike's, taking on Elijah Cruz from this Project Society
yes.
group between Cruz and Project X. Like, these are guys to watch out for, definitely.
Both matches.
They have come out of nowhere, it seems, on these shows. And if you want to catch up with that, also speaking of that group, Project X and Gory is going to be a match on Saturday. I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes. Now this will probably be this will probably be along the lines of the match Gory had in May with Blanco Loco.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably gonna just take the blinders off and let him run. So, and if it's anything like Project X's, he in his first match he took Rev Ron Hunt to the limit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did manage a win over Daniel Eads.
I'm not crazy about them bullying our friend Doc though over there at RWA, but okay.
I know, poor Doc.
Yep.
Poor Doc.
So that's happening. RWA Live. Go check that out. And of course, if you're not in the area, that will be up within the week, I believe, on the Indie Wrestling Network.
Don't forget John Roden versus Patrick Hayes too.
Okay.
Yes, John Juggernaut versus Patrick Hayes.
Yep. So go check all that out. It's always a good time, and it's one of the wildest crowds in the area. Please, it might be our Washington Hall. So especially when it gets crazy in there. So go check all of that out. RWA. So you've been to a lot of shows. You've been doing Horror Slam, I know, and God knows what else. Like you said, you've done like 20 shows since you've been on the show last?
When was the last time I was on?
I don't know, a couple months ago.
Since September 24th, I've done 19.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez, I thought I was getting around. Holy crap.
But yeah, we're still going around. Ironically enough, only like probably 2 or 3 of them were in Pennsylvania. So
Wow.
Lots of Michigan.
Lots of Michigan.
Yeah, lots and lots of Michigan.
Yeah. I made the Michigan last month too. No wrestling though. There's not many wrestling shows on a Tuesday that I could go see.
I did one on a Tuesday back in
No
June.
way!
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, and it was actually featured some good talent like Diener.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Diener's
And,
always great. Yeah, the Diener's always a good It's weird concerning what you see on TV. He's a good force backstage.
No, especially Violent by Design Diener.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, love the vibe coming out of that group right now. I haven't caught up. I see they're doing some interesting stuff there with that group, kind of rebuilding them a little bit.
Well,
right?
yeah,
So,
new one half of the Eclipse Tag Team Champions, Big Con, just joined.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Him and Alan Angels.
Okay, really?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, man, I gotta catch up with some info.
Yeah,
then.
so they've refilled the ranks of Violent by Design to
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, obviously we all want Joe Doring to to get better after the cancer diagnosis.
Yes, absolutely. Vibes going out to Joe Doring.
Yes, but obviously we'll see what happens with that, but
Good stuff. So no, keep an eye on all that, and anything special from your last travels, or is it all just a weird bloody blur at this point?
Oh, well, heck, I mean, just there's been a lot of stuff in there. I mean, heck, even just last weekend, first time in a Promotion City Championship Wrestling. The main event involved it was a tag match involving Rhino and a mystery partner against Chris Moore and Jason DeMilo, the new era Greek god.
Okay.
That was in front of about 100 people. We drew 100, 120, even though there was a high school football game going on at the exact same time. Literally, down the high school, because we were in high school. That's like the only time the gym's open, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, between that and then the first round of the War Heavyweight Title Tournament was this weekend as well. Oh, Aaron Williams wrestled a broom.
Tell me more.
He legitimately wrestled.
Is this
a
on
broom.
YouTube somewhere?
It's floating. It might be floating around Facebook somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, the broom put up a good fight.
Okay, that's good.
Unfortunately, though, the broom did succumb after a particularly rough-looking stuck pile driver.
I'm just glad to see it wasn't a clean sweep.
But
I didn't even wake up Mike with that one.
yeah, no, I was the personal escort for the broom.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Put that on your resume, please.
Oh yeah.
Send that to Impact Wrestling.
I'm more flummoxed.
It was a street. If anyone's wondering, it was a street broom. So we're talking.
Okay, that makes a little bit more.
Yes,
sense.
yeah,
That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, we are not talking like a regular, like, bristle broom you might get from, say, like your local Lions Club or something like that. Like one of the ones you get like the fundraisers. No, we're talking like, like the good street brooms you would use after like a parade to get all the...
Like a big-ass push broom.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Now, I have a question. Did the brooms have fans there, and were they called dusters?
I don't know about all that, but
this hurts.
Broom demanded his own dressing room, and he held up the bookers for his pay before he would go out.
Well, I'm sure he swept them all.
Yeah,
out of money.
And first time ever on the show. I don't think we're ever going to see Broom in the territory ever again.
So wait. Broom's been swept out of the territory?
I think Broom's been swept out of the territory, possibly swept all the way out of the business, brother.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Broom got too big.
I have a question.
Broom got too big for his britches.
I have a question. Did Broom lose cleanly?
Yes, Broom did go over. Broom put Aaron Williams over clean.
Okay. All right.
Although his conduct backstage was hardly clean.
As long as you do the favors on the way out, you're not going to bristle anyone else, you know? I can keep going.
Let's move on.
Well, Sorg, you brought this on. You asked.
You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Yeah, if you want to even be even more confused, Friday's show involves a storyline involving a crime lord not from Albania but from New Albania.
Okay.
Yep.
Not VCW. This is the
no. This is not VCW.
Okay.
This is not
Okay.
RWA. No, this is Michigan. This is This is a. Yeah, I had no idea where I was going. I was sent an address to go to these tapings.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Well, no, it has a good ending.
Okay.
I end up going to the address. It is a building in Centerline, Michigan. I pull up. I see a ring through the door, so I know where I have to go. And then I happen to look on the door, and I notice that is the House of Truth Wrestling School.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I've been there.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I random somehow. Some days you have no idea what in the hell the business is going to throw your way. I ended up doing 2 of 4 tape matches at the House of Truth Wrestling School at like 10 p.m. on a Thursday night in November. Yeah. I mean, shit's crazy.
Well, in my randomness, I discovered Monday that I had been unknowingly or forgotten or either way booked this weekend for, of all things, the XPW. Oh, God, just looking at this poster. The XPW
It's a good-looking show.
Extreme Invasion show.
Oh, that one guy ain't going to be on it, though.
Which guy?
Oh, ain't no way Dirty Ron's going to be on
guy?
there.
What happened to Dirty Ron?
Oh, bro.
What's the news on Dirty Ron?
Like, domestic shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
He was one of the advertised entrants for the the Return of Horror Slam, the gimmickiest gimmick I think they can come up with, the Friday the 13th Deathmatch Tournament. And wait for it. Guess how many wrestlers there's going to be?
13?
Yep. 13.
Okay.
13 deathmatch wrestlers in a tournament on Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, this show, I see Willie Max on the show. PCO's on the show. There is a deathmatch main event of some sort.
There is Schlack. Everyone's favorite. I see Jody Threat. Is that Jody Threat?
I think so. I don't know.
Yes, there was Jody Threat. In the top left corner was Canadian deathmatch wrestler Hello Hardbody, and in my most anticipated matchup of the evening, Hello Hardbody will be taking on the debuting Soul Taker.
Soul Taker! Yes!
There he is.
There he is!
So now, if you've been living under a rock for the past 10 years
and haven't heard my story,
then you've surely you have heard of the
watch
Taker.
Why look up the Soul Taker edition of because did Gregory Iron interview him? I think or talked about him.
Who did?
Gregory Iron on his podcast.
Oh,
There's a whole episode.
I
about
imagine
him.
that happened, but
Okay.
recently, Soul Taker debuted, I believe, on the show in Rochester,
Okay.
and then recently he had a news spot. But Soul Taker has been, recently there was also the Cassidy, the annual Cassidy Christine Memorial Battle Royal in Bay City, Michigan, where Soul Taker was the winner this year.
Oh boy, he's taking on Hardbody.
Yes, he's taking on Hello Hardbody.
Okay.
You
All
would,
right.
Sorg, you particularly would remember Hello Hardbody from when he jumped off the roof in May at Heroes Hall.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so Hello Hardbody jumped off a roof and put Bruce Atwell through, I believe, a door.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Is this one guy's name Wax?
Yes, so I've never worked with Wax, but Wax had been advertised for Lords of Pain. They did no, it was
I'm getting educated.
You know
This is
Bill Molnar's deathmatch tournament he was doing?
Yeah. Lords of Anarchy.
Lords of
Yeah.
Anarchy. So the last one that was advertised it was going to be on September 7th, 2019. Don't ask how I remember these freaking dates.
Jeez.
I was booked for it. I was
Oh, yeah,
extremely
sure,
excited.
okay.
So Wax had been one of the advertised entries for that, but then that was going to be held at some arena in Shinston that was named after. I don't even think it was named after one of the. It was named after one of the pizza chains.
Okay. Okay.
Or a local pizza chain or something.
Okay.
But like either way, like I guess like the venue owner just went black, and just just ghosted everybody. And they lost the building, and it was so far along, they just had to kind of move on.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just sorry. Just something caught my eye. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, but Soul Taker's resurging again.
Good to see.
Yeah, he's
good
going,
to see.
he's going viral again.
There's women's wrestling.
He's rising up from the dead.
Oh boy.
What?
Oh boy.
That's what they do.
No, this is gonna be fun. The lineup looks good. And was at the I did a camera at the first one. This is Jersey. They're allowed to do deathmatch there, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Cool. But it'll sure. It's a job.
It'll be great.
It'll be
Sorg.
great. It'll be
They
great.
Scottish.
How do I find
Scottish.
myself in these situations? Like go to Newark and shoot XPW of all things. I was like, okay, I'm in. All right.
Sorg, it's like my mom always said. Nothing good ever comes out of Newark.
I'm just not mentally prepared for this. So.
Oh no, you're not. You should probably have like a Four Loko and just like ground up some mozzarella sticks and snort them to get ready for.
Yes. So when you just go, okay, all right, this will be fun. This will be fun though. It was interesting last time, and I haven't seen them since that first Rochester show. Like a year
Sorg,
ago.
have they announced there's a splash zone? Because that's when
As long as I'm not in it is what all I care, and as long as the guy that booked me is very aware of what his equipment's going to be subjected to. So, and I believe he is because he just worked the one in L.A. So, but yeah, that's all I care about. We got Rob with us. We got our friends in New First City are going to help us out on this one. So I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun. Always fun when we got a show big enough. It's going to go on Fite. That's 2 in a row, by the way, in 2 different states. We'll be doing on Fite this weekend, and then next week. I got back-to-back MMA. I'll be going back to New York City, Mike, and Queens. No, Long Island, for an MMA show, and then in Poconos. So, seeing a lot of your area lately. So, anyways,
none of me.
Are we official? Are we official on the PA governor
We
over there?
are, yes.
Projected
so
winner?
anybody is
Okay,
paying attention,
all right.
the current Attorney General, Josh Shapiro, has just been projected as the winner by CNN over one Doug Mastriano.
As of 11:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of this podcast.
And
So,
and,
you know,
I do
and
believe-
Shapiro will not decertify any voting machines.
that's good to know.
So bang.
Okay, that's good to know. So, because I think that was a campaign promise on the other guy, right?
It was, yes.
So, okay. Anywho, I don't know
That's
where
good news.
You know what's
That's
also
good
good news? Our good friends at Slice on Broadway. New York
Yeah,
City style,
celebrate
yins are
the
made.
good news with some pizza.
Beachview, Carnegie, East End, and the North Hills. Go check out our friends out there. And also South Side. There's a new South Side Works location as well. The report from Chat the Chat says there is no door to kick in and demand the perfect pepperoni pizza. Good. You shouldn't be doing that anyways. Please don't kick our friend's door down.
No, you don't kick the door down. You kick the door in.
Hopefully it opens in. I think they should. No, they don't open in. It's an outside door, Mike.
Sorg,
It's against code in the city.
Sorg, you kick the door in after you leave, after buying all the pizza.
Either way.
Then you got to buy a new door, too.
Please support our friends at Slice on Broadway without any property damage, and support them for supporting this show for the last decade. Thank you so much to them. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about what the hell Nick Aldis has been getting into, find out what we learned after this.
Wow.
On live. We are live now. We on Grind City TV Network.
I be getting on another level because I think on another level. I don't sit up and I don't be like I could put names out there right now, and I'm a realist.
Santana Diamond's going to where he is dangerous. I've seen this man do some aerial moves. For a man his size, unbelievable. Has him. Oh, drops that elbow right on the chair.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. Hashtag WMS837 if you're talking about us over on Twitter. Give us your thoughts. Nick Aldis is of concern in the last couple of days. And we haven't talked about NWA in so long, and there hasn't been much to talk about, to be quite honest. Referee George Ross is here. Mad Mike is here. Yeah. And we got so the news of the week is Nick Aldis. Apparently he ran down some NWA.
Well, first he announced that his contract was going to expire.
Okay.
And that he wasn't going to be re-signing.
Mm-hmm.
So then, basically, there was a statement in an interview that came out with William Corgan, who doesn't want to be called Billy for whatever reason.
That's his stage name. He's a grown-up now.
Yeah, despite all his rage, he's still just a douchebag in a cage.
Oh man! Wow, what will the Billy Corgan hate? What did he do?
Well, he said that there's not enough female women's talent that could carry an entire paper.
Okay. But they did one. But they did one.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to remember that.
Okay. Okay.
And after this statement came out, Nick Aldis said this kind of general sentiment does factor into the reasons why he left NWA.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, they suspended him for the rest of the year.
Considering he's married to like a women's legend that would disagree and actually did that pay-per-view for them, right? Didn't she book the entire thing?
She did the Empire pay-per-view, yes.
Yeah, basically. So he spoke out about that, and then they suspended him for the rest of the year, including, I think he had an appearance this weekend, and now he's not going to be there. So, NWA just...
Yeah, because they had the New Orleans show this weekend. Really
top notch.
It really they lost their momentum with COVID. First of all, the show was novel. They had some controversy, and I just don't care for some of the people they book over there for shows, and it just like to the point where it's like it's just not worth the time for it. That's my take on it. I mean, there's some great talent that works there. We've seen our friend Savage Gentleman have some great stuff there.
Nothing against the talent.
No.
Nothing against the talent.
But I don't know. I don't know if the strategy's working. I don't feel like they're building anything worthwhile. I mean, they're trying, and I'm sure there's some people working at it, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It's kind of where I'm at with it, I guess. No, it doesn't feel like it has like Impact. Like I feel like has settled into its place in the landscape, right? And I don't think NWA has figured that out yet. But I know they're relatively a young company under the new management, but
I mean, it did take Impact, like they had to bottom out.
Yes.
It took them 4 years to figure it out.
Yes, they did, and it was a slow build.
Trust me, I've watched all of it. Like even like how the early portion of like the Anthem tenure was kind of like they tried some stuff. Like like I appreciated the concept of the grand title, it just didn't work.
Yes. So I mean, it's interesting. But anyways, I So that happened. So he's out. What do you think Nick Aldis goes from here? Who do you think picks him up at this point? I think Triple H would love that guy.
Yeah. I mean, his contract is up right before the Rumble. Seems like exactly. Even if he doesn't get signed, a one-off appearance in a Rumble, sure. Especially if you can be in the ring at the same time as adrenaline in my soul. They fought for the title. Let's go, they rose.
Oh, that'd be a good callback. And they mention it because God, what did they say?
You could have an all-in rematch in the middle of the Rumble.
What Crown Jewel mentioned?
In fact, you know what? Fuck it. Have them be 1 and 2.
Crown Jewel. This should not go without mentioning this week. They mentioned both. I believe Anderson being the New Japan never openweight champion, and they mentioned the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Like
outright. Apparently, so apparently, I read this somewhere. I think it's true. Apparently, New Japan knew ahead of time that Anderson was going to be booked.
Okay.
For his title defense. And
so
this is all part of a.
So this is a rich New Japan tapestry.
Yeah. So
for that Autumn attack. By the way, I hear that
theoretically there's no bad blood.
Yeah.
Like New Japan knew this was coming and have decided to paint Anderson as.
And I also. Well, I mean, it kind of fits his gimmick. I do also understand that show from Saturday, the Autumn Attack show, was tremendous, and I want to try to fit it in this week. Before we get to Super Tag League in a couple weeks. Oh my God. Am I going to try to watch again? I will try. We'll see how that goes. Maybe, my Thanksgiving weekend opened up. Maybe that's what I'll be doing. And my wife's out of town. Anyways, so there's that, and then you wanted to mention the bracketology. Is there anything? Are those brackets up anywhere that I can bring them up?
Yeah, I have it right here. I will post the image in the Slack for you, Sorg.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. But yeah, the AEW title tournament, the Eliminator tournament is. God, Slack is loading so slowly.
Yeah, it's having a night.
Yeah, the AEW Eliminator title tournament is happening this week. It's starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Slack loading so slowly? All right, so I'll just break down the first. We have the first match that's supposed to take place as soon as Dynamite starts tomorrow. Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page.
Nice. Then
on Rampage, we have Bandito versus Roosh. And then also on Rampage, we have... Oh, wow. Rampage has the other 3 first-round matches. Okay.
Oh, all this week?
Yeah. So it's a good thing we're talking about.
Wow, nice.
Actually, yeah, because it makes sense. Full year's in like 10 days. So
yep.
If they want the finals at full year. So also on Friday, we have Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks. And Brian Cage versus Dante Martin. and the winner receives a world title match at Winter is Coming. So I'm hopeful for Eddie Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also be okay with Ricky Starks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to see anyone else win it.
It does seem, Starks had a big promo last week. Eddie's been doing some stuff with the, his over ambitious violence, let's just say, the last few weeks. So, I think they're both playing. I don't know. I see Eddie kind of knocking out of this thing. Hey, I finally got the graphic for us to look at. There you go.
There we go.
If you need a visual aid on, if you're on the video version with us, but thank you for painting a theater of the mind there, Mike. So
I do it again.
Bandito officially signed. I thought we already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh God, Bandito and Roosh. Holy shit.
Yeah, Bandito and Roosh.
These
gotta
are
be like, honestly, I appreciate that these are all fresh names for the AEW World Title scene. I do appreciate that.
not a lot of matches that we've seen before.
Yeah, like would I have thrown Powerhouse Hobbs in there? Maybe, but he's also looking at Wardlow. So
yeah, he's in the TNT picture. So
yeah, so I get why he's not in there. But,
man, can we give me? Let me do my bracketology right now. Give me Starks and Cage in the second round. Give me Eddie and Roosh in the second round, and I'm feeling we end up with Ricky and Roosh.
Okay,
all right, that's where I'm going with that.
I don't know why, because AEW often doesn't book these things how I want them to. So I don't know why I feel like we're going to end up with Bandito versus Dante Martin for the final.
I think Dante's getting that deep.
That'll be it. I think he might.
I think if you do that, Bandito's the one that wins.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
Dante's too new. Bandito's a guy that's been an ROH champion before.
But see, I could see them giving the rocket to Bandito.
Roosh is a two-time ROH champion. What's your point?
True. But I'm saying in his scenario. But I mean, I'm saying between Bandito and Dante. If we ended up with that, I feel like Bandito's got the advantage. Is more likely than Dante Martin.
Yeah, I could because I hope Eddie Kingston wins on Dynamite. I'm not confident. Like if I was a betting man, I'd probably bet Ethan Page, just because he has a little bit more going on with the MJF storyline and all that. Bandito and Roosh, honestly, I don't really care who wins. It's gonna be a great match, but I'm guessing Bandito's winning.
George, you want to take a shot at the brackets?
Sure. This is all based on just pure speculation, but screw it. All right, we'll go with All Ego, and then we'll go with Bandito through the second round.
Okay.
And then, because I would love to see it, I want to see Lance Archer and Brian Cage in
yes.
And I don't know why. I feel like I'd be seeing like a Lance Archer Bandito final there.
Okay. That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun, actually. So
I mean, like Lance Archer Brian Cage. Like, I mean, geez, that's just like, man. I don't think you have
big meaty men that could do flippy shit.
Oh,
slapping meat.
Quite, yeah. That's like the new age big guys.
Big flippy men.
Big flippy guys flipping meat.
Big flipping. I don't think. I don't know.
I think that might be a show title. Big meaty guys flipping meat.
Big meaty guys flipping meat. Can you type that in the chat for me, please?
Sure.
Or Slack, I don't care. I just don't have hands available. So, all right, on that note, we got to roll out of here. It's getting late, and I think my ride's going to be here soon. What did you guys learn from wrestling this week? Chat room, hit us up. If you're catching us later, let us know what you learned. Hashtag WMS 837, please. So who's got what they learned up first? Ref George, what did you learn from doing 20 shows in the last couple of months?
I learned that sometimes there's nothing better than a $5 show for Friday, $5 5 Day Friday, from the old Bishop Donahue High School in McMecken, West Virginia, 325 Logan Street.
Cool. Can you do a second one that you've learned? This is not an ad for this Friday.
Let's see.
As much as I do appreciate that.
Wrestling's taught me that my ads aren't always appreciated, apparently.
I can't wait for the review. I love. What did you say? What are the notes for tonight that I need to publish? And the promoter says, "Don't suck."
Yeah. So, well, okay. So fine, for real. It's if you iron sharpens iron, I guess.
wait, is that what you learned?
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. There we go.
Mike, what'd you learn? I'm sorry.
Okay, I had something that I thought I learned, but I'm fact-checking myself.
You're fact-checking yourself?
I'm fact-checking myself because I heard it on Up, Up, Down, Down, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting.
Okay.
But apparently it's not true.
Okay.
I'll say what it is anyway because it's pretty close. To being
Okay.
true, but it's like a year off. But on Up, Up, Down, Down, they said that Roxanne Perez was the first person to appear on. Oh no, actually no. Okay, this is what it is. They worded it incorrectly. Roxanne Perez is the first person to wrestle on SmackDown who was born after SmackDown debuted.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I saw this. I saw a thing on Facebook. I'll confirm what Mike said.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's what it was. Because it said youngest person to appear on SmackDown. I'm like, that I don't think is accurate. I think they worded it incorrectly when they were talking about it. But yeah, she's the first person to wrestle on SmackDown after SmackDown debuted.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, and that made me feel really, really sad for myself. but yeah, so I was watching Up, Up, Down, Down, and Sora was like, "Oh yeah, Up, Up, Down, Down. I used to watch that in high school." And Breeze and Woods just lost their mind.
That's how we feel when we're interviewing these young kids. We're like, I got into wrestling with the Miz and late John Cena and you know who got me into wrestling? Roman Reigns. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, shit. Okay. Well, we're still doing this. We're young at heart.
But
and
yeah, no,
that's
I
good.
just thought that's an interesting and cool distinction for her.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tina has learned that she needs more subtitled dialogue from Io and Asuka. Yeah, I shared this on the Twitter page. Somebody did subtitle the Japanese yelling.
Okay, and it's funny because I thought Asuka was making chicken noises on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's the Japanese word for stupid, and she just kept saying it over
Yep.
and over. But it sounded like she was doing an Arrested Development bit where it's like, does anyone in the ring even know what a chicken sounds like?
You know, this isn't a wrestling thing I learned, but I learned about nap pods in Japan yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I went down this like travel blog rat hole on YouTube. I've been going to some YouTube holes lately. The safe ones. Don't do YouTube shorts. Holy shit. You got a couple good ones, then you get radicalized. It's fucking creepy. I don't know what the hell is happening on my YouTube. It gets weird.
No, you get what-ized? What?
You get radicalized, dude. It's all like, this is why you should join Islam and homophobia. It's crazy. And it starts with like a cool interview with Roman Reigns, and then like 2 clicks later, it gets bad. It's not okay. At least on my feed, and I'm like, this is nothing like what I watch on YouTube.
Damn.
So it's fucking
Archer
weird.
tore his quad.
He tore his quad? That's from a week ago?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Well, so much for my. That's why I screwed him. He was gonna have an awesome match with Brian Cage, and look what happened.
But anyways, I was saying that because, like, in my mind, I will go to Japan one day for Wrestle Kingdom. Probably not this year. It's very likely not this year. But in the future, it was actually one I was kind of like wanted to do before COVID. It was kind of like, this is the next adventure I need to do. And then I had a ton of different adventures in the meantime. So that's interesting. That was one thing. From wrestling, what did I learn this weekend? I didn't have a wrestling show. All we did was watch Crown Jewel, huh?
I mean, did you learn something from Raw last night?
Did Did
We
Raw
didn't even
seem-
talk. There was the cash in of the money. In
There
the
was a
bank.
cash in for Money in the Bank. It was just like, what the?
Last night. Or one other thing I learned from Raw. Last night's Raw was the Last Jedi didn't countiest of Raw.
I saw that tweet before I started watching the show, and then I went through the show because I wait till 11 o'clock so I can skip the commercials because I'm fucking tired of these political ads.
That's fair.
And it was just like there's a lot of extensive talking. The matches are fine, but like everything was.
Dude,
I don't know what
I'll
it
say
was
this.
last night. Like it was, and it was not like
Raw
as bad as
Raw
it
should never
was.
be in Wilkes-Barre again.
Is it the
Raw
crowd?
should never be in Wilkes-Barre again.
Okay.
Wilkes-Barre gave them nothing.
That was I felt like there was no sell. Until
Wilkes-Barre gave nothing.
the only thing
Gave absolutely nothing for anyone.
the only thing Wilkes-Barre gave a shit about was that Sammy wasn't there.
Yep.
That was wild, and just
And honestly, to lead off the show, showing that Sammy isn't there, not the best of looks. I understand what they were going for, but I think that turned the crowd a lot.
Yeah, it was just like that set the tone.
Sammy, like,
it's like listen. That's what happened at Rumble. We had Daniels early. We had a couple of just bullshit matches, and then that just like, well, we need a payoff here. And
but like we had a return from Mayhem. We had a Money in the Bank cash in. We had 2 open challenge segments. We had Raw was a decent show last night, and a couple banger matches. And Johnny Gargano, like the whole Miz storyline progressed and everything. Like, and Wilkes-Barre gave them absolutely fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Either way. That's it. George, thank you for joining us. Oh, he's sleeping.
I am not sleeping. Not a problem.
Those
Thank
my
you
dulcet
for
tones.
Well, yes, you've settled him to sleep. Jeez.
It is almost midnight.
It is almost midnight. It is a late show now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and staying up late with us on the live streams. We will be back next week. I should probably book somebody. We're going to get back into that. Now that we've settled into the new time, we got to tell everybody that it's a late show, and please come out. I'm hoping more of the wrestlers can come in now after training now. So that's one of the hopes. So anyways, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Mad Mike 483 on the tweets.
And Sorg and I'm presuming Sorg, I don't want to speak for you, but we will be watching Black Panther this weekend.
I did have tickets for late Sunday. I may have to bump that to Monday now because I don't know how.
So next week we'll be talking about Black Panther.
We will be.
Show.
Yes, we will definitely.
Yeah.
For the post show, we will be catching up on the post show. Please stay tuned. Check your feed this week if you are on the Patreon, and I'll try to get that up a little earlier than we did last week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You have been our Mayhem audience. Have a Mayhem week. Sure.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.